Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to this presentation. So as you can see, today I'm going to talk University of Cambridge and the University of Oxford. So two universities, very famous universities in England. Okay, so a short introduction to University of Oxford and University of Cambridge. So they're two of the oldest, so the oldest and most famous universities in the world. Okay, and especially in the UK, very famous, very very old universities. Well, they're the two oldest universities in the UK. So they're the two oldest universities in continuous operation in the UK. So they're still teaching. Both were founded over 800 years ago. They are both public universities located, unsurprisingly, in the small cities of Oxford and Cambridge in the United Kingdom. So Oxford is about 2 hours north of London, and Cambridge is 1.5 hours north of London. They're both very close to London. On the train is very fast. And often you will hear the two universities referred to as Oxbridge, which of course is a combination of Oxford and Cambridge. Oxbridge. Okay, let's first talk about the University of Oxford. Some basic information and history. So here you can see the coat of arms of Oxford University, and the more modern, the logo. Okay, but you can see within the logo we also have the coat of arms. So Oxford University, University of Oxford, was founded in 1096, over 900 years ago, nearly 1000 years ago. This is very old, and was the first university to be founded in the UK. In total, there are nearly 24,000 students and close to 2,000 academic staff. The University of Oxford is divided into colleges, and colleges, they have their own building, they have their own staff, so teachers, administrative staff, security staff. Each college has their own staff. In total, there are 38 colleges, and all of these together make the University of Oxford. Here's an example of one of the colleges. This is King's College, I believe. So Oxford is famous for all these things, which are called spires. Spires, spires, spires. You can see many of them. In fact, it's referred to as the city of dreaming spires. Okay, at Oxford, some famous sites. So apart from all the church spires I mentioned. There's some famous sites, such as the Bodleian Library, founded in 1602, so 420 years ago. It's the main library of University of Oxford, and one of the oldest libraries in Europe. Here you can see this is just one part of the library. Okay. Balliol College, which is this one here, is one of the oldest colleges. And actually, my brother, he studied there in the past. And this is the lawn of another very famous college. Okay, University of Oxford, famous alumni. So what is an alumni? An alumnus is a student who has graduated from a university. Alumni is the plural, so it comes from Latin. We use the Latin word. So if we talk about alumni, Oxford alumni are students who have graduated from the University of Oxford. So some famous examples of alumni from the University of Oxford. So if you recognise any. Did you recognise anyone? I think most likely you recognise Emma Watson. So of course we have Stephen Hawking, the scientist, over here. J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings. You should know these books and these films are very famous. Michael Palin is a famous English comedian. Of course, you know Emma Watson, most famous for portraying Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter movies. And also Malala Yousafzai, the human rights campaigner. Okay, moving on to University of Cambridge now. Some more basic information and history. Again, we have the coat of arms here, and then the more modern logo with the coat of arms. So the University of Cambridge was founded in 1209, so a little 200 years after Oxford, making it the second oldest university in the English-speaking world, after Oxford, of course, being the oldest. Like Oxford, the University of Cambridge is separated into colleges. Again, the colleges have their own buildings, their own staff, their own dormitories, and there are 31 in total. At Cambridge, there are a similar number of students, 23,000 students, but much more staff, academic staff. There are nearly 8,000. There's a very high number of academic staff. And Cambridge is the top ranked university in the United Kingdom and the world's second best university after Harvard in the United States. Top ranked means is top of a ranking, so it means it is the number one university in the United Kingdom. And there's an example of one of the colleges at Cambridge, that is King's College. And this is the King's College Chapel or church. Okay, the University of Cambridge also has some famous places. These include King's College, which you saw in the last photo, the Fitzwilliam Museum, and the Cambridge University Library. So here again you can see King's College, the Fitzwilliam Museum here, and Cambridge University Library here. It's a very, very, very big library. Okay, another activity at Cambridge we can talk about is punting. So there's a type of travel on boats where you use a long stick like this to push against the bottom of the river to push the boat along, and is used by students, by university students, by tourists. It's very popular on the canals in Cambridge and the rivers. Oh, this should be University of Cambridge, famous alumni. So Cambridge has many famous alumni. 89 alumni from Cambridge have won a Nobel Prize. So many people from Cambridge, in the future, they have successful academic or professional careers. And some of the famous alumni from Cambridge include Stephen Hawking, again. I wonder if you recognize these people. So we have Stephen Hawking, again. Isaac Newton, physicist, famous for his theory of gravity. Charles Darwin, naturalist, famous of course for his theory of evolution and his book The Origin of Species. David Attenborough, another naturalist from the UK. He's also very famous for his television programs like Planet Earth or Blue Planet or Human Planet. Rosalind Franklin, a very famous scientist. She helped discover DNA. And also, maybe you've seen the films Borat or The Dictator. While Sacha Baron Cohen is the actor or the comedian behind these films. He also went to Cambridge. Okay, one more thing that's worth mentioning about Oxford and Cambridge is the boat race. So the boat race is part of the rivalry between the University of Cambridge and the University of Oxford. The big rivalry, there are rivals. So every year there is the boat race, which is a rowing competition. And it takes place in London on the River Thames. So you can see it's rowing. There's 8 people on each team and 1 instructor. And it's the University of Oxford against the University of Cambridge, and they race each other to win the boat race. Okay, and that's the final part of the presentation. So thank you very much for listening today, and have a nice afternoon or morning. Thank you.